Alright everybody, Z90 here, getting back to you guys with another episode of Skyrim info and updates. It's not much as new info or anything. I don't think any has came out since my last video over this, but I was going over some videos on YouTube because I'm huge on the Elder Scrolls and I can't wait for Skyrim. So I was going over to see if I've missed anything that I can share with you guys, or that I haven't seen yet. And I was watching some videos, and there was people getting their facts not necessarily wrong, just they're leaving off key parts to make it sound better. I mean, it sounds like they're selling the game short because they're not saying the facts right. I want to start with, there's videos out there talking about 120 different dungeons. People are commenting, that's nothing, that's it, that's really, I mean, come on, Oblivion had thousands. They're leaving off the handcrafted part. It's 120 different handcrafted dungeons. Handcrafted. The people sat down either on a computer or with a sketch pad and they drew out layers to this dungeon. They drew it out by hand. I mean, seriously, there's going to be 120 different dungeons. I mean, I'm sure they're going to multiply those out some. They're probably going to add some more in because it's over 120. We don't have a fixed number. That means they at least have 120. They probably have some that looks the same, spread out places, but not enough to where you sit down, you get in the cave, and you're like, I've been through this. I've done this dungeon before, even though you haven't. Because in Oblivion, it was a repeat after repeat after repeat. All the Alkali Ruin things, dungeons you go into, they're all the same. They all look the same. They all have the exact same layout, and everything looks like it was built the same time. You walk out, you could find a dungeon. It's all over the place. Look exactly the same on the outside and the inside. They don't look older. They don't look newer. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's 120 handcrafted. There's probably thousands of dungeons and caves that you can go through. There's just 120 so far, minimal handcrafted ones. Now let's move on to 80 different spells. People are saying that there's 80 different spells in the game. And, that's correct. So far, there's been released that there's, so far in the game, because it's still in making, that there's 80 spells. People are selling that short. They're not thinking about it. 80 spells. That's all they're saying. Oblivion had hundreds and thousands. I mean, they don't even have spell enchantment so far. They said that they might not do it. Come on, guys. If you think about it, in Oblivion, spell enchantment, to me, yeah, it was fun for a while. Until I got good at it, and I started getting those good gems and stuff that I can make amazing spells with. And it got to the point where I was having 1 KO spells. No matter what I hit, drop dead in front of me. No matter what it was. It could have been a big boss fight. I hit it with 1 spell. Anything within 100 yards of it burns to a crisp. I mean, it just takes the fun aspect out of the game. It's like a cheat. It's kind of like a mod. If you're not playing on the PC, which I play on Xbox 360. But anyways, back to the spells. Think about it, 80 different spells. But you could put 2 different types of spells in your hand. Boom, you cast it, you'll get a completely different spell. I mean, that's probably not part of the 80. You put fire, frost here, boom, you get some weird mix of it. You can put 2 hell spells here, boom, you get a stronger hell spell. I'm sure that's not part of the 80. I'm sure there's just 80 basic spells that you cast with 1 hand, but you can mix them up with 2, guys. Let's not sell this short. It says 80 different spells, but really, I doubt it's talking about mixing them, because there's probably endless possibilities with mixing spells, and that to me is enough of making your own type of spell deal to me. I mean, I don't care for enchanting my own spells. Personally, I know there's a lot of you out there that like it. And who knows? The game's not done yet. They could put it in. There was actually an interview with Todd Howard that I found on here, and he was talking about how they're trying to work with it, make it to where it works and everything like that, make it so it's not overpowerful, so you can't way overpower it. So you never know. The game's not out of production yet. They could always add enchanting spells, so let's not sell it too short, shall we? Let's move on to human quests. I mean, humans in this game, just like animals, they have their own lives. They're running their business. They're doing errands. They're walking around during the day. Any other game, they just sat in their store behind the counter and they just sat there, waiting for you to come along. They had people in towns that would just walk in circles on the street over and over and over until it got dark and they'd go to their house to sleep. Some would just keep walking. In this game, they have stuff to do. They have jobs to do. I mean, they're not going to just sit there and walk around in a circle all day. You can follow them around and watch them run errands and so on. And when you talk to people, the game doesn't just freeze. Like in Oblivion, you were just like, you turn your head, you talk to someone, just boom, everything stops. And then you turn your head, you quit talking, just everything starts moving again. I mean, it's like a freeze time. It's ridiculous. It's so unrealistic, and yeah, they took that out. So now you're gonna turn your head to talk, boom, you're talking. People are moving, they're doing what they're doing, they're still doing it. This guy right here, he's doing whatever he was doing when you stop to talk to him. So I think that's gonna be a cool aspect of the game. It's gonna make it more realistic. It's gonna have people actually working. I mean, they're not gonna just be standing around. It might make it a little bit harder to find some of the people that you're supposed to be finding, but I can deal with that to make the game more realistic for me. Let's see, what else do I got here? Hand-me-downs. Say you walk in a store, this store merchant's giving you a bunch of crap. Like, you know, some of them really dislike you, and they just mess with you. So you decide you have enough. So you whip out your sword and your axe, double wielding, and you cut his fucking head off. I mean, you can't technically cut his head off in the game, I understand that, but you get what I'm saying. You just destroy him, murder him. You splatter his shop with blood. You come back in a day or two, and, you know, in Oblivion, there's no one in there. No one's there. The shop's gone. You can't sell or buy anything from the guy you just killed. Everything he had to sell is gone. I mean, you can find some of it around his house, but you can't find all of it. Now, that's not going to happen in this game. You kill that guy, and a family member or an apprentice will take the spot. And if that guy had a quest for you later on in the game, the apprentice, the son, the daughter, the wife, whoever takes his spot will have that quest ready for you. Which brings me to the next point, quests. I mean, do you guys remember in Oblivion where there's a certain city where you just went around it and you saw every dungeon and cave within sight, and you just went through all that looking for treasure and stuff like that, experience and some battles, and you cleared out everything around that city. Everything around that city is completely wiped out. Later in the game, you get a side quest or something from one of the people in the city asking you to go to one of those dungeons and do something for them. So you go back to a dungeon that you've already been through, something you've already done, seen, something you've already experienced in the game. No, that was Oblivion. We are in Skyrim. Skyrim does not do that. The system will find a cave or something around you that's near to your position, to the original position that it was going to send you, because it's unscripted, and it'll find that spot, put what you're looking for in that spot, and it'll send you there. Not only will it send you there, but it reads your character and your data. So say you haven't fought any undead for quite some time. I mean, the point of the game that Bethesda is wanting to do is give you experience of everything. So it's going to say, okay, this quest to find my missing child. Go to, instead of going here because you've already been there, I'm sending you over here. Now when you get over here, instead of it being filled with goblins, I'm going to fill it up with undead ghosts and skeletons. I mean, seriously, it gives you something you haven't seen, you haven't experienced for a while, and it just throws you in there and you get to do it. I mean, to me, that's going to be great, because I got tired of going through the same old dungeons. I mean, if you catch my drift on that. Some of you might be, oh, I've already been through here, so I can just sprint through and kill everything and get what I need to do and get out. If you like that, then Oblivion and Skyrim is not your type of game. If you just want to run through the game, doing stuff you've already done, then this isn't the game for you. Oblivion and Skyrim are free roamers. You want to do what you want to do. You want to do different things. You want to experience everything. You just want to get out there and play. Which leads me to my favorite part. Now, class picking, gone, wiped out. I mean, look at Oblivion, guys. Personally, I started off with Oblivion, went through the tutorial, and the dude asked me, what do you want to be? I created my own class. I knew I wanted to, At first I thought I wanted to be a warrior, shield and axes and heavy armor and just knock the crap out of people. I played literally 30 minutes to an hour in, and I picked up a bow, and I was terrible with the bow, but I loved it. I loved the thought of sitting up on top of a hill and destroying a tribe of goblins. I mean, I just loved it. So I restarted. My problem with restarting is I picked heavy armor again with a mostly archer and spell character. Played another 30 minutes in and realized I can't carry anything. This heavy armor is weighing me down. Restart again. Now, I ended up picking a rogue class, which you might see on some playthroughs. I'm not going to get into that because I'm sure I'll do some Oblivion playthroughs before Skyrim comes out. So let's switch over. There's a video that is on YouTube. Maybe some of y'all seen it, and it really ticks me off. There's like this blonde guy, and he's got his little camera down in this corner over here where he's talking, and up in this area is the Skyrim demo. And he is literally just taking it apart, making it look like crap. I mean, slow playing it. This guy's going, now here's a pack of wolves. When they attack me, let's slow this down. He slams into me. My guy does not even take a step back from the force. It's like, dude, you're playing a game in fast motion. You have a pack of wolves chomping and running at you. You're trying to draw your sword. The suspense is getting. You want to kill these things so you can get on your way. That's just how it is. You're not going to sit there and say, oh, this wolf just jumped straight on me. Why didn't I fall backwards? You're not going to do that. When you're playing the game, you're going to be in it. You're going to be like, oh, hell yeah, a pack of wolves. I'm going to tear this shit up. You're going to pull your sword and you're going to start killing. You're not going to be concerned about that. And then the dude slashes and he slows it down. And right as the sword comes across, you see this blood squirt. Alright. In the game, when you play at normal speed, it just looks like you just sliced it and blood spraying out of its wound. But this guy broke it down so slow. It shows the wolf right here in the air. The sword cuts it across his legs. And as it comes down, the blood's just sitting up here still. No one in their right mind plays in slow motion, so who cares? When you play it all fast, it looks great. The blood's splattering out of it, and then it's, it's not over the top, but it's enough blood to give us what we want. I mean, who gives a crap? He slices it like that. Get over it. And you could find his video. I wrote his name down here. So his name is Nagadale146. I'll spell that out for you guys. Nagidal 146. Go watch this guy's videos, and if you've already seen it, please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about it. I mean, honestly, he's destroying this game's demo. It's just making it look like crap. But you can tell he is not an Elder Scrolls fan. An Elder Scrolls fan does not look at it in slow motion and pick it apart. We look at the demo in normal speed, and we fall in love with the graphics, the dragons, the creatures, the weapons, the spells. We just fall in love. Like, if you're into Elder Scrolls and you fell in love like I fell in love, this game is going to be great. And as I said earlier on my last video, I'm going to keep pushing this until Skyrim comes out. I'm doing a midnight GameStop pickup of this game. The midnight releasing, I'm going to have my camera here. I'm going to have it I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have a helmet cam on. I might just have it in my hand. And I'm going to record it. Now, if it's dull and it's just a bunch of people standing in a line waiting for a game, I might show like a 5-minute video of me running around interviewing people about their excitement on the game, what they're hoping for, their expectations, stuff like that. But if it's out crazy and everyone's jumping around screaming and yelling and dressed up, like I'm hoping they will be, because it's Elder Scrolls. You gotta be excited. You gotta be crazy about this game. So if you pre-ordered it, I know you're a fan. So hopefully there's some people like me that are going to be running around with cameras, yelling, just can't wait for this game to break. So please tune into that. Also that night, after I get home and upload the video, the pickup, I will be doing a quick open the box, showing you what's in it, and then maybe a 10 or 15 minute playthrough of the game. I'm not going to start off right away because I don't want to give off the very beginning. I'm just going to get it when I'm out playing by myself. That way I don't tease or spoil it for any of you guys. Get back to me, leave me a comment, subscribe, show other people these videos, and Z90 out.